What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the King Films Week 3 college football predictions and betting locks. And let's start out with a recap of last week. We went 3-3 with some money made back with that excellent money line call on Iowa and the upset of Iowa State in that rivalry game to get us closer to our winning record that we are chasing. Elsewhere around college football this week, we had that amazing, stunning upset of Ohio State from Oregon, but I would put some caution flags up. I don't know how good Ohio State really is as a team, so I will be making a college football playoff predictions video in the next couple of weeks with our own King Films top 25 rankings, so that will be coming out, but right now, I'd have Ohio State around the 20 to 25 mark, honestly. I don't think they're that good of a team, so it remains to be seen how good Oregon really is, and this week's game against Stony Brook isn't really going to tell us much. The other big story is got to be this Iowa team. We did, of course, win that money line bet on them, and their top 5 ranking this week is justified, I think. I also have them in my personal top 5, as they have 2 wins over ranked teams. Whether either of them deserve to be or not is another question, as I think Iowa State and Indiana are both overrated. But Iowa has handled both of those teams in impressive fashion, so I think Iowa has one of the most impressive resumes in college football right now, but we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Now let's start off with the Week 3 locks. We're going to start with Cincinnati at Indiana, and we're going to take Cincinnati minus 2.5. Despite the number 8 by Cincinnati's name, that may be a little bit of an overrating for them, but still, this is an excellent line for the betting man here on Cincinnati. Indiana's just not that good of a team, and while Cincinnati hasn't really played any good competition, we're going to hammer Cincinnati to win by at least a field goal there on the road. Next up, we've got Virginia Tech against West Virginia, and I don't really understand why West Virginia is favored in this game. Virginia Tech obviously has the win against UNC. It's still to be determined how good UNC will really be this season. But that being said, West Virginia just hasn't proven anything to me thus far, and I think Virginia Tech will probably win this game outright or lose in a very, very close one, thus getting us the cover here. Next up, we've got Michigan State against Miami, and we're going to take Michigan State plus 7. Miami played very close to App State this weekend, and that was not a good sign, whereas Michigan State has cruised in their first 2 games. So we're going to take Michigan State here plus the 7. I think they have a good chance of winning this game on the road, but if they can't and pull up short, lose by less than a touchdown, we still cover here. So I think this is a very safe play. Michigan State has looked great this season so far. Next up, we've seen that Notre Dame has faltered down the stretch of their first 2 games, first against FSU on the road in a tough environment, but then that FSU team went on to lose against Jacksonville State at home in regulation, so arguably Jacksonville State is better than Notre Dame by the transitive property. But then again, Purdue hasn't looked like the strongest team either, but I think that Notre Dame should not be a ranked team this week, honestly, and we're going to take Purdue to lose by less than a score, and they might even win this game on the road. Toledo gave Notre Dame a game this week, and I think Purdue is better than Toledo, but that remains to be seen. I think Purdue should be a safe cover this week, even if Notre Dame squeaks out another close win. Next up, we've got Penn State minus 6.5 against Auburn, and Auburn's getting all the hype because they're beating on really bad teams in these cupcake games, but honestly, I think Penn State is the much better team and will win by at least a touchdown here. They beat up on Ball State, and obviously they have that win on the road against Wisconsin. Ball State was a team that was very good. I believe they were undefeated or close to it last year, beating San Jose State in their bowl game. That is a very good Ball State team, and Penn State just kind of ran up the score on them, so they should be a safe bet here, minus 6.5, although it remains to be seen how good Auburn really is as a team. Finally, we're just going to put a half unit on Rice plus 25 against Texas. Obviously, Texas had the disastrous week against Arkansas on the road, But Rice also played Arkansas, and they gave them a game in the first half. While Rice did get blown out last week against Houston, I think they have a chance to make it close in a pseudo-rivalry game. Maybe they think it is. And plus 25 is a lot of points, even with Texas at home. We're going to take Rice here with half a unit. Please stay tuned for the NFL predictions video that will be coming out in the coming days. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.